welcome to Hankster's Hot Rods, muscle car and collector car showroom located in Daytona Beach, Florida. If you're watching this video on YouTube, please check us out on our website, hanksters.com. This is where you can find all of our most current inventory. All of our YouTube videos stay up at all times. We never take them down, and that is between both of our showrooms, the one here in Florida and in PA. However, when a vehicle is funded in full, it comes down off of our website, drops into our sold category, letting you know the car is no longer available. Check us out on Instagram as well. We will be posting new arrival vehicles, photos and videos, as well as other automotive related material, so you'll get a little sneak peek at what's to come before a car hits the website. Chevy Nova. This one happens to be a 1967 gold. Car did start life as a true SS car. It's non-numbers matching motor. We do not have any history on the vehicle. I can't tell you when the last time it was painted. I cannot tell you when the motor was rebuilt or how many miles are on it. I can tell you though that we have no power brakes, no power steering, and no AC. So it is very, very basic. Great looking car. The cowl tag is there. We did take a still photo of it to put on the website. I don't know how readable it'll be. There is a good amount of paint on there where somebody has painted underneath the hood, but there is a cowl tag present there for the vehicle. As I told you, it's gold. And it's, like I said, a good looking car. It does have a couple little tiny blisters of paint in the hood, right there, right there. There's a couple little small bubbles in the hood, but nothing where it's blistering or cracking or anything like that. They're just faint at certain areas or angles, so you can see that. Chrome on the front bumper is absolutely fantastic. You do, like I said, car started life as an SS, so it does have an SS designation on the front grille. That is there. Front grille's in good condition on the car. Driver's side front fender, paint on there is good, great. Does have 4 Goodyear radial tires. SS wheels. Wheels are in great condition. You'll see that in the still photos. We take nice close-up still photos of the wheels. Does have another crack there in the paint from like body flex, but so that's there as well. Window glass on the car, as well as the chrome trim around the windows, is in excellent shape. Does have 1 chrome mirror on the driver's side door, nothing on the passenger side. You know, if you want one on there, it's not a big deal to throw one on there for you guys. We do have them in stock. Door fitment is excellent on the car. Driver's side door gaps, both here in the front to the front fender and in the rear here to the rear quarter, are both fantastic. Paint on the doors in great shape. Chrome on the door handles in good condition. Looks like newer door handles. Interior is real nice. As you can see, we have dual bucket seats, center console, automatic car. We changed out the floor mats. We bought brand new Chevy 2 floor mats for the vehicle. The carpeting underneath the floor mats is in pretty good condition. It's not all ripped or faded or dry rotted or anything like that. Headliner in the car is in great shape. Dome light does illuminate when you open up the door. Putting the seat forward, you can see that you do have OEM seat belts in the rear. And again, we got the real nice full-size floor mats, Chevy 2 floor mats for you guys. Nice looking car inside. We'll take a closer look when we're on the test drive. Armrest on the driver's side door panel is in great shape, and so is the door panel itself. Rear quarter of the car is, you know, the body lines on this car are really nice. Rear quarter is nice and straight. Driver's side door all the way to the front fender. As I mentioned earlier, the window glass on the car is fantastic all the way around. It's probably the better that I've seen. Does have Super Sport designations on both rear quarters, driver's side and passenger side there. SS designation on the rear valance there that's on the deck lid. Opening up the trunk. No trunk mat, no spare, and no jack. So what you see in the video presentation and in the photo shoots is what you get. This car does not have a jack or a spare, so it won't come with one when you buy it. Fitment on the deck lid to the rear quarters is good on both sides. The gaps are good, and it sits nice and flush. Chrome on the rear bumper is in good condition, about the same as the front. They both look newer. Body lines on the passenger side, they're just as good as the driver's side. When you're talking about body lines, you're looking down the entire car. So you're looking for ripples in the rear quarter, you're looking for ripples in the passenger side door, and of course in the front fender. Ripples usually indicate, you know, either poor quality of metal used in the restoration or, you know, a lot of body filler. And this car has a great lines to it, both driver and passenger side. Again, I mentioned the chrome all the way around the car is in pretty nice shape as far as the moldings go and whatnot. Passenger side door, same as the driver's side. Armrest, door panel, seat, floor mats, carpeting, dash pad, everything's in real good shape in the car. It's a nice looking Nova. Super Sport there on the glove compartment, well, underneath the glove compartment. Again, we can always get you guys a better look when we're actually in the car doing the test drive, so we'll do that here in just a bit. Again, if you check out the door fitment, the gapping of the rear of the passenger side door to the rear quarter, and then of course the front to the front fender, gapping on the doors are nice on the car. And the passenger side front fender's in good condition, you know, paint-wise. No blistering, no cracking, no spider webbing, anything like that. Good looking car so far. So we've done a walk around in the showroom and shown you that. Now we're going to take it outside. We'll drive it outside and we'll put it on the rack, throw it up in the air, and check out what the undercarriage looks like of our 67 Nova. Okay, we are underneath our 1967 Chevrolet Nova 307. Drum brakes in the front. There's drum brakes in the rear as well. You'll see that not only in the still photos, but also later on in the presentation here. You can see the oil pan. It's, you know, there's no cross member in your way, nothing in your way there. You can see the side of the blocks nice and dry. You can see the motor looks as if it's been freshly painted, okay? We did not do that. We do not take motors out and paint them and rebuild them. We buy these cars the way you see them, pretty much, with the exception of, you know, going through them and doing minor repairs. But both sides of the block, both sides of the oil pan are nice and clean. Bottom of the oil filter is nice and clean. Tranny, so the transmission pan, you see it's nice and dry. It's right in front of your face. Cross member on the vehicle looks in good shape. Floor pans look to be good. Tail shaft seal, nice and dry. Speedo cable, nice and dry. I'm pointing these areas out because they're normal areas of problems on these cars. And, you know, they're not leaking now, but you can probably anticipate they will be in the future, especially those of you up north where maybe the car's stored for an extended period of time. Again, passenger side floor pan, driver side floor pan, they both look to be in good shape. Looks like there's an area here where the floor pan, or no, you know, a section of the tunnel there might have been patched at some time, at some point in time. So, mufflers, Flowmaster, dual, driver side, passenger side. Going back to the rear of the vehicle, again, I mentioned drum brakes in the rear. Gas tank looks to be in good shape. You can see the drop downs on the rear quarters here behind the wheels where there's typically problems with these cars. Driver's side looks to be in good condition. You probably see the passenger side better than you can the driver's side simply because of the light issue, but up and underneath here where the rear end housing would sit when the car's on the ground, everything up there looks good. You know, trunk area, back seat, behind the back seat, that's where it'd be inside the car. Looks decent under here, but don't just take my word for it. We really encourage everybody that's buying one of these classic cars, especially if it's your first classic car purchase, to come in person and check out what you're buying. We'll let you pull it outside. You can look at the paint in the sunshine. You can pop the hood. You can look at the motor. You can pop the trunk. Rifle your way through there, pop the doors, check out the interior. We'll let you drive it. We'll gladly put it on the rack for you. You can do exactly what I'm doing right now. You can look underneath it, look at the bottoms of the doors, the rockers, the floor pans, anything you want to look at. We do a lot of sight unseen business. You know, we sell between our PA location and here in Daytona, we sell a lot of cars sight unseen, but we really encourage you guys to come in person. This way, you know exactly what you're getting. Nobody knows how to better spend their money than you do. Financing is available on these cars. We do work with a couple different collector car lenders that will do up to a 10-year term. The terms start at 5 years. They'll go up to 10 years depending on the price of the vehicle, your credit score, your debt to income ratio, monthly income, so on and so forth. But the whole process is way easier than you think. If you start on a Monday morning, you can generally be done and we can be paid by Thursday morning. It's, you know, generally 24 to 48 hours for us to get funded, depending on how fast you can get through the paperwork, get insurance, driver's license, all the information over to the lender. But the whole process is really, really easy. If you're a cash buyer, it's easy. Just wire us the funds or a certified bank check, and as soon as the car's funded, we'll work on pre-delivery inspection to get it out to you in wherever in the country or in the world you might be. Let's set the 67 Nova down on the ground, take it out on a test drive and see how it runs out. Okay, inside our gold 67 Nova, we have turn signals, driver's side, passenger side, wipers, horn on this thing's cool. Check this out. Sounds like a truck. Fuel gauge, I'm gonna venture to say that it's working. I'm gonna go put fuel in it to find out. The radio works, that's a bonus. The Red Hot Chili Peppers. Center console's in pretty good condition. You got your SS designation there on the top of it, above the shifter. Dash pad's in good shape. Sun visors are in good condition, both sides. Headliner looks good. 4422. It's not the actual miles on the car, and the title reads exempt, so we don't know what the true miles are. I don't know the miles on the rebuild of the motor, transmission, anything like that. You know, anytime we have any kind of documentation, receipts, ownership history, we provide you with whatever we get when we purchase the car. Sometimes that's binders that are 6 inches thick, and other times it's nothing. And in this case, it's nothing. So let's run next door to the gas station, put some gas in it, and then go drive it. Inside of our 67 Chevy Nova. Car runs pretty good. We put $20 worth of gas in it. We're showing a half a tank of fuel. Speedo does have a little bit of a bounce to it. We will try to see if we can get that under control. It's not bouncing terrible. I've seen them, you know, sway quite a bit, but at least it's reading somewhat accurately. We're cruising along about 45 miles per hour right now. Response in the steering wheel is fantastic. It's really nice and tight. Let go of the wheel, the car tracks nice and straight. In fact, really straight. Doesn't pull to one side or the other at all. The drivetrain feels fantastic. The car has no shakes, shimmies, rattles, vibrations, tire vibrations, tranny vibrations, you know, anything in the drive shaft. Yeah, we're definitely going to have to do something about the speedo. It's just fluctuating too much. Sometimes it's within 2 or 3 miles, and other times it wants to sway 10, 12 miles per hour. So take a look at that. The car stops good for having no power brakes. Maybe it's because I'm just used to driving these things. You know, I've been on test drives with people that have a hard time with them, but give it a little bit of gas here. Yeah, tranny shift's nice. As you can tell, I'm catching up to the people in front of us, so I can't, you know, go too much further or faster. And I caught tread coming out of first into second. I don't know if you heard that on the video or not, and I didn't even mash it to the floor. You know, it's just Car has good pickup, good acceleration. It rides really nice. I mean, really nice riding car. I mean, it's nice and tight. You know, sometimes when you get these older cars, you get some rattles or shakes, or, you know, some just interior noise or exterior noise. The car sounds nice and tight, and it's got a real smooth ride to it. Maybe we'll give you one more run before we get back to the showroom, seeing as how we had some traffic in front of us, just to show you how the car runs out. But tranny shift's real good. Motor has good pickup. 386-944-9219 is our contact phone number here in Daytona Beach. Once again, Hanksters.com is our website. Look, when I'm braking, no pulsation in the brakes whatsoever. And watch. Okay, let go of the wheel, step on the brakes. Car stops perfectly straight, doesn't pull to the left, pull to the right. As I was saying, Hanksters.com is our website. We're going to put at least 75 photos of this vehicle up today, if not a few more. And we're also going to post this video presentation that we're doing for you right now. At full retail price, this car includes shipping to you in the lower 48 United States. It also includes a 12-month, 12,000-mile powertrain warranty. The price of the car is definitely negotiable. If we negotiate the price of the car, the warranty comes off. The warranty is available at full price. And we also negotiate the price of the shipping. At full retail price, it includes shipping to you on an enclosed carrier. If we negotiate the price of the car, you can choose whether it's open or enclosed, and you can pay the driver upon delivery. We don't make any money off the shipping. And if you want to come and pick it up yourself on a trailer, you can do that too. Or if you're local here to us in Florida, obviously we can make concessions to the price for the shipping if you're going to pick the car up. So check us out. This 67 Nova is a pretty nice car. We haven't had too many of these through the showroom yet this year, so it'll be interesting to see what kind of activity we get on this particular vehicle. Daytona Beach, Florida. Hanksters Hot Rods, Muscle Car Showroom. Hanksters.com. Check us out.